It's Stacy from Underdog Wellness, and I'm making a video for all the people that are going on spring break or Songkran or taking vacations. And this is going to be straight on, full on Pilates intermediate-ish video, just to get everything moving. It should be about 45 minutes long, but we'll see how long it takes us. Okay, so you can do this in a hotel. You want to have either carpeting or a mat. I have a little ball here, but you could use a small pillow if, say, your hotel has like those little tiny pillows, or you could even roll up a towel, like a good bath towel, and just use that the long way. We just want to have something that we can push with our thighs against. So we're going to start in a seated position. Feet are on the mat, knees are bent. You're going to take your ball or your towel or your pillow or whatever you've got, and you're going to put it between your thighs, right in the middle, not near the knee. Okay, half roll backs. We're going to send our arms out, sitting up nice and tall, and then we're going to just touch right behind the thighs, pads of the fingers. It's not a grip. We don't want to use our biceps. It's just a touch. Inhale nice and tall, and then exhale, roll down about halfway, really scooping out the belly. We're not going all the way. Arms are straight, and then we exhale, come up. We stay rounded, so you're always pulling your belly away from your thighs. So we inhale, exhale, hold, inhale, up, exhale, finish. Inhale, exhale, hold, and up. So a few of those. Notice my hands kind of move with my body. I'm not really hanging on. I'm using my abdominals for this. Shoulders are nice and loose. There's space underneath my chin. I don't have it jammed in there. And we're always pulling the belly back. This is our last one. So we're going to hold right here. Let go with the arms. Roll all the way down till you're on your mat. So I've pulled my blanket a little bit. I'm going to scooch forward because I like to have my back supported. But that's up to you. If you need extra padding, go ahead and pad yourself. Okay, so we have feet on the mat, knees bent. We're going to tilt the pelvis. So I'm going to move this arm so you can see. We're just tilting. So we just tilted the pelvis towards us and away. Tilt and away. Tilt and away. Couple more of those just to check in with the low back and make sure that everything is feeling okay as we get started. Then we're going to find neutral so we're not tilted, and we're going to send the arms by the side. Coming into the 100, we can flip the legs up. We can keep the ball between the knees, or we can place it between our ankles if we want to. So we could have tabletop, straight legs, high diagonal, okay? We send the arms up, we flip them, reach across the room, deepen into the powerhouse. That's rib cage closer to hip bone. Lower the legs, let's pump those up. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 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 and 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 hug those knees in. That's our warm-up. Hopefully you felt that. We're going to send the legs long on the mat with that ball or towel or whatever between our feet. Heels dig into the ground, toes face the ceiling. We send the fingertips up to the ceiling, but we keep our shoulders plugged into the mat. Inhale, chin to chest, come up as high as you can, so maybe you can come all the way up, pulling the belly back, keeping the shoulders on the back, and then digging the heels in as we roll down nice and slow. If that doesn't happen for you without this struggle, you just come up this high, keep the shoulders plugged in, and roll back down. How high you go does not matter. It matters if you're pulling, shoulders out of sockets. That's a little too far. They should be back here. Or if you're struggling to get up, it should look and feel effortless. So you just go as far as you're able. And when you do that fold forward, I'll show that right here. My rib cage stays above my hip bone. I just round over that. I'm not doing yoga and trying to fold my body completely in half. Shoulders are always on my back, so I'm never pulling them out of their sockets up here. And then I'm pulling
and rolling down slow, slow. Everything's loose. Let's do that one more time. Bring it up, pulling everything back, and that's however far you're able to go. Roll it down, 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 arms by the side. Okay, going into one leg circles, we're gonna put the left foot on the ball. So the heel's gonna go right on that ball. And we wanna make sure our nose and our big toe line up with each other so we don't have our leg over to the side. We're then gonna put the right foot on the ground, and the hips are a little twisted here, so we're gonna push that hip away, making our waistline as long as possible. Let's check in with the hamstring, little stretch here. And then send it out to where the ceiling meets the wall. So you have a long waistline on both sides, shoulders are plugged in. So we circle, around and up, circle, around and up. There's always a little stop at the top. And it's not a very big circle. It doesn't have to be big at all. It really matters if your pelvis moves. It's supposed to stay still. Let's reverse. Around and up, around and up, around and up, around. So there's no Zumba in here. That's a different class entirely. It's one I don't teach, but it can be fun. And last one. All right, let's stretch it out again. So hamstring towards us. And then we're gonna lengthen that leg down onto the ball, so let it take it. Let's put the left foot on the ground again. That hip might have hiked, so we're just gonna take a moment to lengthen it. Then we'll send the leg to the ceiling and stretch it out. You can flex and point, just kind of checking in to see where our tightness is today. Send the leg where the ceiling meets the wall. Again, trying to get long through the waist. Circle around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, reverse. So again, pelvis doesn't move, keeping that as still as you can. A circle doesn't have to be big, so if you make it too big and your pelvis moves, slow it down, make it smaller. Last one. And we pull it in and lower down. We're gonna keep both heels on the ball. Send your fingertips up, chin to chest, peel yourself up nice and slow. Keep your shoulders on your back. And release. Good. We're going to come forward for rolling like a ball. So I like, since I use a mat, I like to make sure I've got plenty of room for my spine to go. We're going to use the ball between the ankles or the feet, hands on the outside, and we're going to float the feet up and try to keep them as close to your bottom as you can throughout the exercise. Looking down at the belly, shoulders down the back, we're going to rock to the tips of the shoulder blades, right back up, rock, and up. So trying not to let those feet come too far away from the bottom. Trying not to roll onto the head or the neck. It's just basically the tips of the shoulder blades. Back and forth on the spine. And hold. We're going to remove the ball. Send your leg across the room. So left leg. Left hand goes to your right knee, right hand to your ankle, and pull wide with those elbows. We're going to roll down to the tips of the shoulder blade. Bring the leg with you so it comes up high. And we switch, 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 switch. Try to keep those legs high. Think of lengthening them out. It's not about whether or not they go down. And last set right here. Good. So the legs are in here. You can put the ball back if you want to between the ankles. Hands holding onto the shins and the shoulders are off the mat. So when we come back, the shoulders stay high. We come around and touch. High and around. So belly stays scooped right there. If your neck bothers you, you can always rest it down. We never want to force the neck. And last one, remove the ball. Send the legs up to the ceiling for single legs. We're going to bring one towards us and one away. This one does not crash to the floor. Okay, that tilts the pelvis, so now it's not even. Just as far as your leg comes this way, the leg goes that way. That's it. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. And it's not really a bounce. Your arms just kind of guide the leg a little closer to your face. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. And lower. So if you need that little break for your neck, take it. We want to try to keep as much length through the back as possible. Put the ball back between the ankles. And options for the lower lift. If you're taking care of your low back gets tweaky at times, you can just make a little triangle with your hands here and place it underneath your bottom. Your head will stay on the ground. If your back's not a problem, you're gonna stack your hands one on top of each other. So none of this like fingertip thing, really stack. Give yourself a hammock. Your head is gonna rest in that hammock. Your elbows are wide and your neck will get a break. You're gonna use your abdominals to lift up, not your neck at all. So let your neck rest in the hammock, lift everything up, send the leg to the ceiling, and we down, 2, hold, bring it up on 1. My booty doesn't lift. It's down, 2, hold, up on 1. Down, 2, hold, up on 1. Down, 2, hold. 1 more. Down, 2, hold, up on 1. Take it in. We'll just take a moment to breathe, and we're going to reverse that. That's a good break. Okay, so send those legs up. Lift yourself up again. If you found your neck was bothering you or your back was bothering you, you can switch what you're doing. And we're going to send it out and hold. And then we want to lift, lift, lift. Every lift is a belly scoop. So it's scoop, scoop, scoop. And lower and lift, lift, lift. And lower and lift, lift, lift. And lower and lift, lift, hold, and then bend the knees. So the ball is still there. We're going to inhale, come up. We twist right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center. Get up a little higher in the center. Center, right, center, left, center, hold. Now we're going to add a leg. So you drop your ball or towel. Inhale, center, we twist, the leg comes out, you come center and hold, and then twist, center, hold. Twist, come up higher, twist, come up higher, twist, come up higher, twist, higher, twist, higher. Last one, double time, it's just twist, twist, twist. Try to stay off the shoulders. Twist, 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 and center. Breathe, wiggle those toes, rotate those feet, and roll or rock yourself up to seated for the spine stretch forward. We don't need our ball, it was just in my way. We're gonna send the legs out nice and long in front of us. They are within the mat. You're gonna flex those feet so the heels dig into the ground, toes face the ceiling. We should be sitting right on our pelvis, so if you find you're tall, your sit is with a tilted pelvis, pop your knees so you're able to sit right on the pelvis, okay? The arms are gonna come straight out in front of you. That out of their sockets, that's out of the socket. Plug the shoulders in, so you just widen and broaden the chest. Inhale, tall, as though you were sitting against a wall. Exhale, chin to chest. Nose to navel, crown of the head to the mat, and then stack up the vertebra, tall, tall, tall. Exhale, chin to chest. Nose to navel, crown of the head, and stack up tall, tall, tall. Chin to chest, nose to navel, crown of the head, and tall, tall. One more, chin to chest, nose to navel, down, and tall, tall, tall. Hold, and release. I'm gonna scooch forward because I wanna have lots of mat behind me for open leg rocker. We'll start simple and we'll add on. So we're gonna put our hands underneath our knees and we're gonna float the feet. So we're just kind of balancing. We wanna have our shins parallel to the ground, and then we don't wanna collapse here. We wanna really lift and find a proud lifted chest here. So hold right there. Good. And we'll send one leg up and down and up and down. So you're testing balance a little bit here. You can flex the foot. I like that little added hamstring stretch, but it's up to you. Testing to see if you can keep the chest proud, and then we'll hold there. Good. Now we'll send the feet together. The knees are open here, and we're gonna put our hands on our ankles. So we balance again, and we're gonna see if we can extend a leg up, holding our balance, and then lower it down. And then the other side. Now when your leg extends up, it should still be within your mat. So you're not like opening the leg super, super wide here. You should line up just slightly outside your shoulder. If they're in line with your shoulder, that's totally fine. We don't want to go too much inside the shoulder because then it's not really an open leg rocker. So we're gonna hold, and we're gonna hold, and we're gonna lift up top.
Now, if you find you're hanging here, you may need to just put your hands underneath your knees so you can find that length. That proud chest is more important than what you're holding on to, okay? So don't focus on the ankles if it means your chest isn't proud. So we're here. So we can stay and hold, or rock it back, tips of the shoulder blade, right back up. Wow, almost fell. Rock it back, right back up. So you have to be able to put those brakes on at the tips of the shoulder blades, and right there. It's a light little hand. And if you have just recently put lotion on your legs, it's like a greased pole. You might slide right down. Remember, the legs aren't open. Let's hold there, and we're gonna just open and close. So again, we're testing balance. Keep testing, keep testing. Now hold them together, release and roll down. We can take a break. Rotate ankles, wiggle toes, rock yourself side to side if you want to. And breathe. For the corkscrew, we're gonna put the ball back between the feet, ankle, whatever, however you wanna look at it. The hands can be that little triangle again and go underneath the tailbone, or it can be by your sides. Your head is gonna stay on the ground, so very simple for the corkscrew. Legs are gonna go up. We're gonna squeeze that ball. Bring the toes towards the nose, to the right, around, left to the nose, stop. Left, around, right to the nose, stop. Right, around, left, nose, stop. Left, around, right, nose, stop. Keep reversing it. Noticing if your shoulders are trying to pop up off the mat. If they are, make your circles smaller. It's about the powerhouse and keeping everything anchored and not letting things come up. And then hug those knees in and breathe. Very nice. The saw. We're gonna come on up for the saw. Don't need a ball. We send our legs out. Again, they stay just within the width of the mat. Pop knees if we need to, so we sit on that pelvis, or straight legs if that works for you. The arms are gonna come straight out, and make sure, if you look straight ahead, you can see your hands and your peripheral vision. They shouldn't be behind you, so make sure you can see them. Inhale nice and tall. Twist, rotate around, swoop the arm back. The palm faces to the back wall, and we reach, reach, reach. Inhale, come up. Twist the body, swoop the arm, and reach, reach, reach. Notice this foot is still flexed and my hip is still on the ground. I didn't pop up to get to this side, so this is very important. The leg you can't see is the one that's more important. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, twist, swoop, and reach, reach, reach. Inhale, twist, swoop, and reach, reach, reach. Also, as we reach further and further, it's not a bounce. We're not bouncing, we're just reaching deeper and deeper and deeper. So no bouncing. Last one, reach, reach, reach. Come on up and hold. Send the legs together. Roll yourself down, 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 arms overhead. You can take a little stretch if you want to. And we'll roll over onto the belly. So from here, going into a little bit of extension work, we want to make sure our big toes really press into the ground, that we don't let our legs pop up off the mat. So as we go into this first one, we're going to bring the chest down and the hands are below the shoulders and our elbows are free, they're up high. Shimmy the hips, check in with your low back. So we're just testing things out here. And then let's lift one leg and make it longer. And lift the other leg and make it longer. Beautiful. Try and look straight ahead on this one so that we're not tilting the neck. So I'm not going to look at you. Try not to straighten your neck, we're just looking down. But we're going to use the upper back muscles to float the hands. We lift ourselves a little higher. Hands go back to the mat, we press up a little higher, but immediately release, and we should not have gone crashing to the floor. So we lower down. Hands are floating, we lift up, hands back to the mat, release, lengthen as you lower, feet are still on the mat, lift up. Hands back to the mat, up, release, and lengthen all the way down. We come up, hands a little higher, release, lengthen as we lower. Let's do that one more time. Lift up, release, and lengthen. Propping ourselves up on our elbows. I like to wrap one hand around the other, like one hand around the fist. Hug the elbows towards each other. Shoulders are directly over the elbows, and then walk your feet together so that they're touching and they're going to work as one unit.
Also, we lift up really high so that our pelvis is not touching the ground. So there's my pelvis, there's some space there. All right, double kick the bottom right leg. So it's a kick, kick, and lengthen. Left, left, and lengthen. Right, right, and lengthen. Left, left, and lengthen. Right, right. Left, left. Right, right. This is our last one. Left, left, right there. Okay. We're gonna go into the double leg. So we're gonna put our face on the mat. I'm gonna face you guys. Wait, so cheek is on the mat. We make 3 fingers. We wrap the other hands around those 3 fingers. Bring it high up your body and let the elbows drop. Hug the feet together. Triple kick your bottom. So it's a kick, kick, kick. We lift up, toes touch the ground, we turn the head. And kick, kick, kick. Lift and turn, 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 kick, kick, kick. Now lift and hold, toes to the ground. Release the hands, reaching back. Hold. Come out to airplane, still lifting tall, still keeping those feet on the floor. Come forward like Superwoman. And lower. Or Superman if you're a guy. But I'm not, so roll yourself back and stretch. And then we'll come on up. Okay. Neck pull. This one is not a beginner exercise, so really be honest with yourself about your level here, okay? In fact, we're gonna do a little bit of a modified version of this. So we're gonna do this A with popped knees, again, because we want this tall torso. If you have straight legs, but this is your tall, it's not really good for your spine. So we want to sit up really tall here, so pop knees. We're gonna send the arms, no we're not, we're gonna actually make our hand, like stack those hands one on top of each other. Place those at the base of the skull. So even though the exercise is called neck pull, at no point do you pull on your neck. Okay, so elbows are wide. You push your head into your hands. You inhale really tall. Exhale, dive your head between your knees. Inhale, sit tall, and then recline back like a car seat. And then exhale, dive. My elbows are wide. Inhale, tall. Hinge back. Exhale, dive. Inhale, hinge back. Exhale. Inhale, hold. And you can start to straighten those legs if you want to, or you can keep them bent and we roll down. My elbows are wide, my elbows are wide, my elbows are wide, my elbows are wide until we touch the ground. Very nice. All right, let's readjust for bridge. The ball is gonna go back between the thighs. Make sure your spine feels comfortable. Wiggle around if you need to. And we want our feet to be fairly close to our bottom. They don't have to touch, that's a little bit too much, but fairly close. They shouldn't be way out here, okay? Squeeze that ball. Arms are by our sides, shoulders are plugged in, collarbones are open. And we're just gonna rock the pelvis towards us, roll it away. And rock, and roll, rock, and roll, rock, and roll, rock and hold. We lift into our bridge. If you need to lift your head and make an adjustment for your neck because you feel like it's getting jammed, go ahead and do that. Lift. We don't ever want to feel like the head is jammed. And up, and down. So we want to feel like we're peeling our spine up one vertebra at a time, and then when we're at the highest point, we want to try and melt down the upper back into the middle back. See if we can get the lower back before the booty touches, and then the booty comes down, release. We curl and peel, we lift lower back, middle back, upper back, we hold it. And we want to melt it down again. Take your time, squeeze that ball, and take your time, not letting your booty touch until the very last possible minute. One more time, lift it up. And we're going to stay in this up position. We've got our ball or our towel or our pillow, whatever we've got. We're going to pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold, and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Nice job. All right, for the next one, we're gonna bring the ball to the side, so remove it. Feet are together, knees are together, we lift up. extend the left leg out, knees are on line with each other, and we send the leg to the ceiling. Want to lift the body as high as we can, and we pulse, pulse, knees together, pulse, pulse, knees together, pulse, 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 hold, and switch legs. All right, so we extend it out, knees are together, we want to lift the hips as high as we can and not lose that. We pulse, pulse, knees, pulse, pulse, knees, pulse, pulse, knees. Last one, pulse, pulse, hold, and lower, roll it down, and then hug those knees in. Rotate the ankles, wiggle the toes, and roll or rock yourself up. Okay. For the teaser, so we're gonna stay in that position actually. We're gonna put the ball back between right in the middle and then squeeze it. So we engage the pelvic floor and all of that good stuff. We're gonna start on this high diagonal for teaser preps, and we're gonna flip the palms. A lot of times we have a tendency to roll the shoulders in instead of having a proud chest. If we flip the palms, the chest stays a little bit more proud, so we're here. And this far back that we're leaning, that's as high as we come in teaser. We don't come all the way up and stack up the vertebra because then our abs aren't working anymore, okay? So this is our start and stop position. We're gonna roll down, let the head tap, come up with control, the squeezing the ball, the feet do not come off the floor, and we roll right back down. So yours might only be that high, that's fine. Feel those abs engage and release. Doing it with conviction and integrity is a lot more important than whether or not you got up. So take your time and let it build. And again, that's why the palms open can be so nice, because it lets you know where you actually are as opposed to when you roll your shoulders in. We're gonna hold right here, send a leg out. The knees stay in line with each other, so don't let your leg drop. That's part of the reason we have the ball too. Keep those knees together, in line with each other. Here we go. 4 of these. We come up and down and up and down and up and down. Up and hold. Other leg meets it. Hold. Lower the right, or sorry, the left. Right is in the air. Roll it down. At this point, we should be getting tired. So the right side may not match the left. So you're doing this video every day or whenever you do it, switch what your starting leg is when we go into these, so that you're never leading with the same one, so that by the time you get to the second one, when they get not so pretty, second leg, roll it down, down, and hug it in. When we get to that second side that's not so pretty, we don't always have the bad session with that one. We give each leg a chance to be the stronger one. Let's come on up. We'll put the ball to the side. Let's do a little mermaid stretch, and then we'll do the seal. So we want to stack our legs one on top of each other. If that doesn't work for you, it just doesn't, it's not comfortable, you can always, I call it Z legs, they look like a Z, or good old-fashioned cross legs. It's a side stretch, so it doesn't matter. We're gonna do both sides, okay? So if you're on this one and you're able to hold on with your right hand, sorry, it's your left, so this would be your left side. Reach up tall and come over. I think with the camera, it's still like we're mirroring each other, but I could be wrong. And then over, hold. Let's rotate the heart to the ceiling. It's a small little movement. Coming up, hold. And then we come down to the forearm, palm up or down, reaching, and again, rolling the heart to the ceiling. Long, long lines. And then use that powerhouse to pop yourself up. And the hands are gonna come behind you. Teaser the legs front and tuck them into the other side. So the arm is by the ear. We go over and up, and we try to keep as much length as we can. So we try not to collapse even though we're folding in that direction. Hold, and then rotate to the sky. Come up to your T. Come down to the forearm. Palm up or down, your choice. Heart to the ceiling.
up and lower. All right. For the seal, we don't need the ball or the towel or the pillow. Don't need anything. We do want to make sure we've got somewhere for the spine to go, so like I said, I always pad myself. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. We make a prayer. We're going to go through around the ankles to the outside of the ankles, and then we balance. So you can just balance, that's plenty of work. Or you can do the clapping like a seal, clap, clap, art, art. And it's the arms that do the work for you. So it's the feet don't act on their own, let the arms do the work. Then also make sure you're not opening the legs too wide. You hug the arms with the legs and the legs with the arms so it's a little bit closed off. So you can just clap, you can just hold, you can rock, so clap, 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 rock back, clap, 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 rock up. You could just do that. So finding what works best for you. Make sure your spine is rounded so you can keep that going. And on our last one right here, we can cross the arms and the legs and stand up. And you guys are done. So I hope you liked this. If you have any comments or suggestions or questions, let me know. And I'm gonna try and do some more of these videos now that I have finally figured out how to make a video longer than 15 minutes. So the ballet bar is behind me. We're gonna do several ballet bar, and we're gonna do a slightly longer one of this with some standing and the side kicks, a couple of things that I left out. But this is a great 30-minute video. When you're on vacation, you wanna get in, you wanna get out, you wanna work up a sweat, but you don't want to, lose any of your time vacationing with your family and having fun. So we'll see you next time.